Hello wolves! Hello wolves, I hope you're good. So make yourself some tea, some coffee, take a snack or whatever, because this is gonna be a very chill video because we're gonna talk about Netflix. So yeah, I know we are not especially all watching everything on Netflix. I do some streaming, etc., which you don't do normally because it's not allowed, but you know. So it's been a long time since I've considered talking to you about what I'm watching on Netflix, etc., and I kept asking you if you would like me to do that, and some suggested me to do that also on my wrap-up, but I just wanted to do like a very short, or maybe not that short, but summary of everything I watched the past 3 months, let's say, on Netflix. So if you feel like I missed anything, or if you feel like we have similar tastes and that I will probably like what you're currently watching or whatever, please comment down below, because this video is for that, to share binge-worthy series from Netflix. So yeah. First, I'm gonna go with the series I've recently finished, or I've recently watched. So first, Troll Hunters. Someone talked to me about Troll Hunters under one of my videos, but I really cannot remember who, and I'm so sorry for that. So Troll Hunters, the Tale of Arcadia, is a computer animated story made by Guillermo del Toro and Daniel Kaus, so same people than for The Shape of Water and Hellboy, for instance, just to name a few. I would say it's more like fantasy, obviously, because you have trolls, you have magic, you have mean people, you have nice people, you have adventures, you have some kind of love stories, you have also friendship, etc. So it's not just like a computer animated thing. It has a story, and it was super interesting and intriguing, and I love the characters, I love the animation, I love the drawing, colors, etc. And I speak so fast. To summarize, this is a story of Jim, who got chosen to be the troll hunter, so to protect the trolls from the evil, the villains, etc. So he's gonna start to live a double life because he's human, and usually the troll hunter is not human. It should be a troll. So at the beginning it's gonna be very surprising to him because he doesn't know about that second world, that second life that he's gonna be leading, because he doesn't know anything about trolls. But he's gonna accept that mission, and he's gonna meet some trolls who will become his mentors, let's say, and also best friends. And yeah, I really loved that. So I started to watch Troll Hunters, and then I finished it like in no time. I've watched 3 seasons, so this is gonna be one of my very favorite series of all time, because it was like very watchable, like it was funny, and at the same time you had some suspense, yeah, you know, some stress, etc. So it was really well done. I loved it. So if you love like computer animated thing, maybe you could give it a try. Yeah. Then you all know what I'm talking about. This is 1 season, and this came out very recently. So this is a story of a guy who's gonna stalk a girl, and what is scary about it is that he's gonna know everything about her, let's say, through social media. He's gonna watch her Instagram, he's gonna watch her Facebook, he's gonna watch whatever she's posting on social media, and he's gonna be like, oh, okay, you're happy now, oh, you're having fun, blah blah blah. But at the same time he's watching her, so he sees that what you're posting is actually not your real life, and he's gonna be stalking her, and this is gonna be creepy, etc, etc. But I will definitely recommend it because I really loved it. It was really well done, and the fact that it talks about nowadays stuff. So yeah, social media, the image you're given to people, what people think, and also friendship. Why would you be surrounded by people who are not really your friends, who doesn't want the best for you, etc, etc. So it was really interesting, and at the beginning I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch it because everyone is talking about it, so it's probably something that like is overhyped or whatever. It was actually really good. Like I watched the whole season in no time, and I think in 2 days, like, yeah. And the main character, so the guy is actually the one who plays Humphrey, you know, the guy in Gossip Girl. The main girl, I don't know her, but you also have someone from Pretty Little Liars in the series. The people acting in that are quite famous, let's say. So I was like, why not? I will give it a try, and it was actually really good. So have you watched it? Then another one that I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch it because it's overhyped, and this is Sex Education. Oh my god, whenever you say sex whatever, I don't feel like comfortable watching about just that. So I was like, no, I don't know. But then again, my sister told me about it, and I was like, okay, let's at least read the synopsis. And this is actually the story of, you know, teenagers at school. They're like 15-16-year-old, and they're going at school obviously, and the mother of the main characters is actually a sex therapist. After listening to his mother for years, he remembered everything. So he's gonna open his own clinic at school, and he's gonna help people with their sexual problems, but relationships problem, etc, etc, and he does his job very well. So I watched it. You have like sex scenes, etc, because this is like one of the main subjects, but it's not like too much all the time, so I really loved it. And I think it could be very interesting for teenagers, some who struggle with sex and some who have questions, etc. I mean, you're not gonna find answers to all of your questions, but I think that nowadays we need to talk about that maybe a little more than before, but still not too much. For me, sex is like something we should talk about, but also something that's very private. So you just need to find a right balance that's good for you, that works for you, if that makes any sense. But I really enjoyed it because it was funny and ironic at some point, and it was well done, and it wasn't like, okay, that's the right things to do. It's just about how you should listen to yourself, should listen to others, and once you understand yourself and once you know what you want, you can go further. Doesn't make any sense like this, but watch it, and I really laughed most of the time, so yeah. Then another series that I just like watched the last episode because the episode came out like recently, and this is A Good Place. I don't know if you've been watching it, but it's basically the story of some people who died and they end up at the good place, so paradise. It's supposed to be paradise, so stuff will happen. It's very funny, so yeah, I will definitely recommend it. It's a comedy, a very humoristic comedy. It's good, so yeah. Then I'm gonna talk about series that I watched like in December and November, just so you know what I'm watching, kind of thing. I watched the second season of 13 Reasons Why, and I just want to say one thing: what the heck. So I loved the first season, and I loved the second season, but I didn't see like the point of it. Like, it's not that I didn't see the point of it, but I don't think we needed a second season, but it's still very enjoyable. And I mean enjoyable as much as the subject make it enjoyable. But yeah, I still have more questions than answers, so maybe I will wait for the third seasons, because hopefully there will be a third season, because that ending, I don't know. I don't know. Then I also watched another very overhyped series, and this is Elite. So you know, I've been talking about sex with sex education, whatever. This is just sex about teenagers having sex, like sex, that's it. So I didn't really enjoy that story. So this is a story of very rich people, very rich children going to a specific school, and one day they're gonna have to welcome people, I mean children from another school that collapsed. So they don't have as much money, etc. So they have like to learn each other, etc. And some will do well, some will not. And there is one girl who's gonna get killed, and this is all about it. So who killed that girl? So it was really, really well done. But I think that the sex part was like just too much. But yeah, that's maybe just me. Then I watched something that you probably haven't watched, but this is Castlevania, so about Dracula. This is a computer animated stuff as well, and this is just Dracula. This is very dark. You have blood, obviously, because they're drinking blood, but because there is a lot of killing as well. And yeah, I just watched it because I wanted to watch something before going to bed, and I really enjoyed it. I loved Dracula. I loved very old vampire stories, so I'm not a fan like of Twilight, etc. But I'm very in love with older Dracula thing and animated stuff, because it's different and it's less cheesy most of the time. It's not like about love, etc. So it's very dark and bloody and about luxury, etc. So it was interesting. Then I'm also like watching Riverdale, like a lot of you. So I watched the last episodes. This is a story of a bunch of people going to school together, and they're going on some kind of adventures, but not because they want to go on an adventures. I feel like Riverdale is a mix of Pretty Little Liars and Gossip Girl, etc. I also very much love that series. I love the characters. I really love the first season, and I think that now it's kind of repetitive because it's always like they always have to find something else. I think I finished like season 3 or the last episode of season 3 available, and I feel like it's very repetitive, etc., but I still enjoy it and I still want to know what's gonna happen. That's that kind of series that gets you addicted, and you still want to know what's gonna happen even if you like you know. Then obviously I watched the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I really love that dark side of Sabrina. I love that the witches are on the dark side, let's say, with Satan, etc., with the demons, etc., because the original was really good. I watched it as a kid, etc., but it was like very happy ending, you know what I mean, like unicorns and butterflies, etc., and this one is more like realistic, even if witches are not that realistic, if you know what I mean. But it's very, I love that dark side of it, and I know some people were like, I prefer the old one, and I'm like, no, I prefer that one actually, but everyone is different, so that's nice. And yeah, so this is basically the same story, like Sabrina living with her 2 aunts, and on her 16th birthday she has to sign a book that will actually make it official that she's giving Satan's her soul. So yeah, I really love that. And this is not because I'm like Slytherin or whatever, I'm on the dark side. I really love that twist, and I love that it was different, and I love that you can make very good stories from the dark side, if I may say. So yeah, I've watched season 1, and I think I watched season 2, or maybe not, but this is atypical. This is a story of an autistic guy who's a fan of penguins, for instance, and he is different obviously, but he's gonna learn how to live a normal life, and I really love that series. I don't have autistic people around me, I don't know any, so I don't know if this is a cliche of autistic people. I don't know if it is not true at all or whatever. I just enjoy the series, so if you think it was really not well done, let me know in the comments, we can discuss it. I really don't know. So I enjoyed the series, and that's all I wanted to say. Then I watched some very funny thing. I've watched Big Mouth, I've watched BoJack Horseman, and I watched Disenchantment, I think you said it. So 3 computer animated stuff. BoJack Horseman, this is a story of BoJack, who is a horse, who was a very famous actor back in the days, and now he's suffering because he's not that famous anymore. He drinks, he do drugs, etc. So this is like the other side of Hollywood, which is really interesting, you know, being replaced by new actors, etc., younger. So it was really well done, and it's very humoristic, sarcastic, etc. So I really loved it. Moth is about sexuality for kids, but this is a computer animated thing. This is very funny. You don't have anything explicit. This is just people going through puberty, and they have some questions, and they have like some kind of monsters, demons following them and giving them some explanation about the changes that they are going through. So it was like more entertaining, not entertaining, but like, so kids or teenagers will find some answers watching it. But I will not recommend maybe to kids, because there is some like fuck and you know, that kind of vocabulary. So yeah, maybe not. And then Disenchantment is like a retelling of some kind of princess who is not actually acting as a princess, because she loves blood, she loves gambling, she loves fighting, etc. So it is very interesting, and she has some friends like trolls, mini trolls, whatever. So this was funny, and I was watching it before going to bed, or I was watching it when I had to cook or whatever, so you don't need to be focused on it all the time, but it's still very enjoyable, and yeah, binge worthy. So well, that's it for this video. So I talked about Netflix and everything I've watched very recently. So let me know in the comments what you're currently watching, what you watched in the past, what you think I should watch, etc, etc. You know the jam, talk to me in the comments. Yeah, because I love talking to you. I don't know what was that voice, don't mind it, please. Well, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, talk to me in the comments as usual. Take care. Bye.